Yeah, will I continue? Yeah or no? Hit play, let's go, let's go. One episode, feel the flow. Hold me fast or I let it go. Will I continue? Will I continue? Will I continue?
Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome to another Will I Continue? I am your lovely host, HMG. Hope everybody's having a good day, good evening, good night, whatever the case may be. I just hope you're having a good day. Yes, it is time for another episode of Will I Continue? This episode, I will be talking about a very new anime that came out, I think, roughly the time of this recording last week. There is a episode 2 that's came out this week. But I only watched the first episode. So for those who don't know, Will I Continue? I'll watch episode 1 of an anime, give you the review, the main points, and make the call. Binge it or drop it. Basically, will I watch the whole entire season or not? But yeah, that's kind of the gist of it. And I'm going to go through the Wikipedia where I discuss the first paragraph of that describes this anime, or kind of goes behind the answer where it originates from, either a manga or whatever. But we're about to find out. All right, here we go. Witch Hat Atelier, I think Atelier, apologize, is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Kamome Shirahama. It has been serialized in Kodansha's Seinen Manga Magazine Morning 2 since July 2016, with its chapters collected in 15 Takobon volumes as of November 2025. The series follows a girl named Coco who becomes a witch apprentice to fulfill her long-time dream of becoming a witch. Now, we'll see in this episode if that comes true or not, but we will let you know. Well, I will let you know. All right, so the episode 1 is titled The Magic That Started Everything. And this is where we actually go about and introduce to Coco. The scene is very kind of, even already, it starts out kind of magical. As she walks in to this pond, and every time, and there's a deer there. It's very pretty, very kind of chill, right? And she is there with her laundry, and she puts laundry into the pond, and it all of a sudden like some magic occurs, and it's so cool, so pretty, so I don't know. It's very kind of good way to start off the anime, which I love. And then it goes after that where she's putting up the laundry on top of her house, and one thing I can actually describe how Coco is, she's very deeply fascinated by magic. She's very innocent. She's very apologetic, and going through this whole entire anime, I'll start discussing here in a little bit, is that she's very fiercely devoted to her mother. And you could see how in this anime where she just truly loves her mom and is very dedicated to her because they lost her dad, her husband. And it doesn't go into the background how they did, but it does show how much the mother as well couldn't take losing her daughter as well. But we'll go into that more later. But again, it starts out with her doing the laundry outside, hanging up the laundry into these clothes, and she's trying to perform magic already. And when she does it, it just goes wrong. And then nothing happens. It's just the linen just flies away. It kind of shows the innocence that she has with magic, and also kind of shows she's very what can I say? Not accidental prone, but yeah, kind of closer, right? But then you see that there's customers coming flying in a Pegasus coach. That's pretty cool. I've probably seen this in other anime, but I haven't seen a Pegasus coach before. At least for me. I'm sure there's other anime that has this. But yeah, it was pretty cool. And then we see that Coco and her mom own a shop, and they're seamstresses, which is cool. So they make clothes from the fabric that they have. And then we come find out, we meet this sir, and he is wanting his a new, I guess, fabric done. I can't really say how how you say that, but the thing is, he's wanting new measurements for a cloak, I guess. And come find out, she's very good with seamstress. She's very precise, very to the point, to the measurements, everything. And he actually notices and loves about her. And he actually thinks what she does is what true magic is, because she's so good at what she does. You would never know that she cut the fabric from something else, and it's so cool how he just recognized her true talent. Right. Well, with the Pegasus, the Pegasus breaks down. Then we have some bratty kids outside that breaks the Pegasus wheel, where they can't get, which I guess the Pegasus came off of the coach, and the wheels broke. It's kind of weird. I mean, as a kid, the wheels are almost about the size of the kids, and they got, they did something to it. I don't know, but it's kind of far-fetched. But I guess I had to open up the scene with something kind of crazy going. Not open up the scene, but put something in the story to make it more mischievous, right? Every anime does that. But and come find out that the guy who she did the cloak for, he is, I can fix it. So he introduces himself as a witch. No one knew that, and it was surprising, but you kind of see it anyway. So you knew something's up with him whenever he was talking to Coco. Very mysterious, but he came out with it, said, wait, but let me put on my pointy hat and put it on, and there he goes, I'm a witch. So he said, I can fix your coach, I can fix your will, there was no major damage. So he goes in, and with magic, no one can watch him perform magic, so no one can see what he does. So magic still is very mysterious. No one knows how to do it. Everybody thinks you are born with the magical gene, in a sense, right? Where that's most, witches come from. Almost every story, you are either you have magic or you're not, right? But so we go in there and he's, I'll fix it, and he's fine doing it. And then he goes in Coco. He goes in the house and says, Coco, can you please watch this door so no one come in or watch me do this? And she, I'll do it. And she does, and then the bratty boys who caused the issue in the first place are trying to sneak in, but how it goes, they weren't able to say anything. And it was, then Coco gets all flustered, and then she has a magic book that she reads constantly. She memorizes this whole thing. And she goes and she gets it, and she looks into like this window type crevice thing where you can look inside the house, almost like a HVAC unit in a sense. But you can go in, and she says, I don't want to look, but while he's like trying to perform magic, and she, okay, I'll look. And she looks, and what he's doing is he's just writing or drawing on where the wheel that came off, there's pictures on it, and he drew on it, completed the picture that was messed up, and that was magic. She's, you don't cast magic, you draw magic, which is, it's pretty cool. I mean, it's another way of doing it, because most of the time, anime or any type of story, it's either like I said before, you're either born with it or you don't have it. So she finds out, oh my gosh, you draw it, you don't cast anything. So she's so cool, and she's so flabbergasted about it. She forgot she needs to be watching the door. So she goes and she fumbles around and come find out that he just calls Coco when he finishes, and she runs down and she kind of stumbles. But that's kind of the whole gist of how magic works. Now it's a very cool, different take on it. We do go the path of finding out how Coco goes and is so infatuated by magic, and it's a pretty cool side story. Get to know how she just is in wonder about it, because how she introduced is very much like a little taste, and that's what just hooks her in, and you'll see it if you watch this episode for sure. So with that, and we kind of find out, she figures out, of course, she watched the witch draw the magic. So she has a magic book, she has a wand, and come to find out that one has the magic ink, and also it's a pen at the same time. And she has this paper that she just starts practicing drawing, and she gets some spells right and wrong, and and they and later on come to find out she draws this one particular pattern, and it's a bigger one. She decides to trace it, because the way it works is that if you draw, you have to memorize the picture and you got to draw it. So she comes and finds out, well, I'm going to just trace it by the light and with the piece of paper on the book. So she traces, she completes the trace, and all craziness happens. The magic is completely, and it literally destroys the house. And when that happens, you see the witch come in, breaks her out of her home, flies up to the sky and says, "What are you doing? What magic spell did you draw?" Well, not special, but what did you draw, Coco? And he's like screaming in her face, and her mom comes out, and she is like, Coco, where are you? And this magic within the house is just expanding. And come to find out, she drew a very forbidden spell, and it just completely consumes the house, and unfortunately gets the mother. So the mother gets just infused with the house, and Coco's just flipping out, crying, and she drops from the sky, and the witch still comes and grabs her, and he's like, and it brings her back up, and he's like, "You just found out how magic works. And unfortunately, if you know how it works, the strict laws of witches dictate that any outsider who discovers this secret must have their memories permanently erased." Now, of course, this doesn't go well with Coco. She's flipping out, crying. I would be too. I mean, I just lost my mom. I just did something crazy. I don't know what I did, but my whole world just crushing down on me, right? I'll be flipping out too, crying my eyes out. If my mom was the only one who's there for me, I didn't. My dad, he passes away, wherever the case may be. I mean, yeah, that is traumatizing. And come to find out, the witch is looking for the person who gave her the book, and who introduced her to magic, and gave her the pen the magic wand, which she didn't realize was a pen, or it had the magic ink. And just come find out, to do magic, you just need the ink and a pen and to draw. That's just crazy. And she actually draws a very wrong incantation, I guess, whatever you want to call it. And it's just nuts. And I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. But with this finding, he is, like I said, he's searching for the person who sold this book. And he's not, okay. She's talking to her. It's like, "Can you keep a secret? Can you?" Because he realizes that she goes in and says, "I memorized everything in that book. I read it every day. I know everything about the book." And she remembers, photographic memory. So she's like, yes, I can. So he goes, "Coco, you're going to be a witch." And she's like, "What?" After all this stuff, and I'm sure, she is just in shock. She gets the incredible gift of becoming a witch that she always wanted, but in the same time, she loses her mother, and he says he could potentially help her save her mother from that forbidden magic that she's stuck in. That's, that is nuts. And gosh, I don't know. So I want to talk about animation. The animation is it reminds me fluidness of like a Studio Ghibli, but not a Studio Ghibli. I don't know. I can't think of Studio Ghibli feel, but the animation, it's very fluent. It's very pretty, colorful. I really dug the animation. I could watch this all day long, this type of animation. But yeah, sorry, that's a little too what I got into. But so, I guess the question is, will I continue? Yes, I'm going to be continuing this. I love the character Coco. I love the character of the witch. I want to see what happens with her and how she learns the whole magic, because I guess they're gonna have to learn by memory all the different drawings and what each drawing does, because during the whole process she was learning that the smaller drawings was the weaker spell, and that the bigger drawings were big. It was a stronger and longer lasting spell. So I can curious as to what designs they can make and what does what. Like, how do you produce fire? Is it gonna have a certain type of symbols and drawing you would make, or like ice or time, or chrono magic, or I don't know, just void magic. I'm curious of what's gonna happen and how she's going to her character develop into this, or if she will become a strong witch, right? And I'm curious if she's going to be going to academy or something, or is he going to be teaching her kind of like Star Wars, an apprentice, have her as an apprentice and he's a master, I don't know. I'm very curious on what's going to happen, and if she's going to be still, if she's going to keep this innocence, or is her character going to develop into a strong, not serious, but a more mature version of what she was when this occurred. I'm assuming she's going to change, because something like this traumatizing her is going to be, changing her regardless. I don't know. I'm really curious what's going to happen. But yeah, so I'm going to continue. I want to see what happens. I want to see how the story unfolds. Yeah, I was totally into this. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. It's kind of a short one, but yeah, I just want to I don't know. I just wanted to kind of not hit every single plot in this, and that's something I'm trying to get better as well. But we'll see what happens in the next episode. So my next episode, I actually have a new guest. Excited. And someone who I know from the AI arts community, which I love as well. I'm still doing it. But her, she goes by I Knew It, and I can't wait to have her. We are watching the first episode of Another, which has some creepy vibes, kind of darker feel, and I'm excited to talk about it with you. Talk about it with you guys and get her take on it. But yeah, that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great one. Bye.